Okay, it's 9:02. I'm going to call the Floyd County Board of Supervisors meeting to order November 12th, 2025. First of all, we will review an action regarding approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the
I
agenda.
have a motion for you to approve the agenda. Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And just before I get to public comment, we have a big full agenda, so we need to continue to move along here. But I'll open number 2, public comment. Is there any public comment? Kathy, state your name, please.
Kathy Carter from Rockford. I want to address item number 14 on today's agenda. It's about the ISAC letter. You all received the original letter from ISAC urging support of Shelby County in their pursuit of a federal case. Then I followed up and emailed a number of counties, just urging them to discuss this. I was amazed. I checked a lot of websites yesterday, and a lot of the counties that I contacted don't directly have pipeline involved. But this is more than just about pipeline. This is about local control. And I was amazed at how many counties didn't even have it on their agenda for discussion. Hopefully that will change in the next week. I did watch a portion of the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors, and they had quite a discussion on it. Their county development director said it very well. He said, there are reasons that other counties should want to support this because it's an erosion of local control, and the erosion is an emerging trend. So we need to put a line in the ground. He strongly suggested that that county support, at least write a letter of support. And he says, we do want to make a statement about local control. In the end, they voted not to do the support financially, but they would submit a letter of support with the premise that if and when it goes to a federal level, then they would support financially. Some counties have supported above the $500 asking. A couple counties went to $1,000 or more. And even the letter of support, anything can help because we know that the federal Supreme Court only takes a small percentage of the cases that are brought forward. Shelby County has engaged a DC firm that is well-versed in that pursuit. And they said the counties that throw their support behind Shelby County gives more weight to whether or not the federal Supreme Court will take a look at this. So I urge you to take heed to the ISAC letter and proceed with that.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment from the audience? Anybody on line? Okay. Seeing none, hearing none. Close that. Go to review action regarding approval of the October 28, 25 minutes.
There's just a couple minor changes to that. Didn't have the roll call vote on it for the resolution. So I think Martin's fixed that.
Duly noticed.
She just resent them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Thank you. Any more discussion? None. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Number 4, review action regarding approval of claims.
I just noticed a couple of things. Oops. So we don't see the side of secondary roads that's in the clearing account. I don't know what that amount is, but that in fund 20,000 that you may have noticed on your claims that service area 10 is over, but I presume that's just clearing account differences. I don't know if Adam's on or not. I believe he's watching that.
Could ask him.
Gloria, this is Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is just clearing account. There was no payments made to that account this pay period.
Okay, it's the first time it's gone over on the reports that we see, but we just don't see that clearing account side with the reports we get. So thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
And then I see we had a claim for Denton County for those collection services, so they must be collecting bad debt.
That's good news.
And then I see that Veterans Affairs bought a freezer for veteran for over $900. Yeah, I see it was with the grant money. But it's the first time I think we've done, or we don't typically do things like that with the grant money, but it's allowable. That just was interesting to see a freezer on it.
You have anything? Fine. You have anything? No. Okay. Anything more, Gloria?
No, I can make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
We have a motion, I have a second. Second. Right, thank you. Any more discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Pass. Updates regarding various boards, commissions, activities since the last meeting. Gloria.
Just following up with what Kathy talked about, we had all the counties that are in the lawsuit, with the Iowa Utilities Board had a meeting with ISAC, and Tim Whipple was there to talk about, this agenda item number 14, Kathy mentioned. And, so that we can talk more about that, but, we can talk more about that when we get there. Kathy took the wind right out of what I was gonna say, so. I also attended a workforce development meeting in Waterloo, did a tour of their facility, and then had our meeting. Had a foster grandparent meeting. The foster grandparent meeting is, they've got a fundraiser they're doing right now and have a soup supper on the night of the light parade, so hopefully we can make some presents at those types of events. Also attended the Maple City Solar tour that the supervisors got invited to in Osage. Frank showed up there as well. Yep.
It was
And
nice and cold.
it was really cool.
Should have just one.
Yeah, didn't help my sinus thing. And then, Monday night, I thankfully didn't drive over to Clear Lake for a NIACOG meeting because it lasted a whole 23 minutes. And so, but I did attend a NIACOG meeting. There wasn't much on the agenda, so I thought I'd just participate from home by Zoom, so, so that's my activity.
Okay, right.
I did go to the Maple solar project.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
It is very interesting.
Learned some different aspects about what communities and municipalities look at when they're committing such activity. So it was all quite interesting. I did complete the open meetings instruction that's offered by the Iowa Public Information Board. Other than that, I guess I don't do anything else.
Okay, thank you. Wednesday, I went and attended the landfill meeting we had, and got an update on the new machine packer that they bought, and and they're taking in a lot more revenue this year. They're having a good year because all of the dirt from the Quick Star and Osage had to have a place to go, and they make so much on the tonnage and all that, and they're doing very well. It's a very well-run organization, so that's where I am. So, okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll go on to number 6 then, Elder Ridge Agency on Aging by 27 budget request.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here's our annual report. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here for Elderbridge. I'm Jody Applegate. I'm Healthy Aging Director. And like Gloria, I have a sinus infection that's draining on my vocal cords. So I will try to keep this short for all of us. So just you have the annual report in front of you for your reading. We do have Stacia Timmer, who was our COO, stepped in as our CEO in July when Shelley retired after many years of great service for us. So there's a nice part from her in there. So it's kind of something new and different. We're used to seeing Shelley's picture in there, and we've got Stacia there now. But excuse me, just to reiterate, our mission, our purpose is to really advocate for those 60 and over in a 29 county area. And so we want to keep people in their homes as long as we can and have them making the choices. Instead of, we're not making choices for them, we're giving them all of those options and what they can do to stay in their homes safely. And we have, just like everyone else, felt the increased demand and the need. And our funding, you'll see your county numbers on the insert. It actually looks like units provided actually went down for home delivered and congregate meals. That is what Elderbridge was able to fund. Due to funding restrictions, though, the numbers are actually higher. Because the meal sites picked up what Elderbridge couldn't. So their numbers are still up there. There's still that demand. It didn't decrease. Demand didn't decrease from 24 to 25. And you'll see that most of our other services are up. Just that congregate home nutrition, home delivered looks a little weird because of that, those budget constraints. And even, this year, 26, we appreciate everything that you guys were able to do for us in 25 and then 26. And we continue to rely on county money to help us with our federal match.
Judy, did the congregate nutrition attendance, was that less too?
No,
Like the
so
home delivery, I mean, that's quite a
Yeah.
bit less.
it's just that when we wrote contracts, we only had a certain amount of money we could give. To the
So they were.
So they were still serving people.
Same, just like the in-home.
Yeah, they were still serving people. They just, they might have seen some, I think Rockford has seen, a few less people, but Charles City has picked up, too. And kind of an amazing story there is Bev there went from being kind of in the background, being their, bookkeeper, maybe once in a while their site manager, to now cooking and finding that she's really enjoying it. And so that's really kind of nice. But yeah, the numbers are higher. This is just what we were able to fund with our funding.
So is that at the community center in Charleston?
Yes.
And does it, since anybody can come, does it differentiate? Do they track seniors?
Yes. So, yeah, so, and as we look at 26, so what we're starting right now because of funding is we're having to prioritize. And so we had to do, based on the intake that everybody does, they do a form for us. It gives them a number, a risk number. The Older Americans Act requires that we serve those at greatest need, social, economic, and at risk for institutionalization. And so that's that priority scale that we're looking at, who's at greatest need. And so our counterparts at the state ADS, Aging and Disability Services of HHS, has dictated that we have to prioritize. And so with our funding here in a couple of months, when we look at what we can do, we're actually going to end up with wait lists in several of our counties, our meal sites. So the meal sites can still fund on that backside. And people can pay what we call pay for service. So the meal site can set a price and they can pay that price and still eat. It's not that we're saying that they can't eat. It's just that the funding that we have has to be prioritized to those at greatest risk. So it gets a little complicated when you have 48 meal sites and 48 meal site managers who have all of their own ideas, and then they bring in their boards who have their own ideas too. So it's been very interesting to try and get everybody on
Federal
board.
funding less?
Yes, so since the pandemic, we're looking at total budget, probably having $2 million less
Of federal
of
dollars.
federal
alone.
dollars.
So how many, people do you service in their homes?
So we served about 30,000 older adults in 25
Meals,
for just total in all of our programs.
in all your programs?
Yeah.
30,000.
30,000 in our 29 counties. We have about 16,000 square miles.
So that's your homemaker services.
Yeah, that's the homemaker.
Home deliveries, your.
So some things that we, as you look at your, the top of this, it talks about those that are provided by multiple vendors. So the home delivered meals, legal assistance, homemaker. We actually contract with public health entities to provide some of those things, personal care. Iowa State Extension does some nutrition education for us. It's called Fresh Conversations. And then there are things that, services that are directly provided through Elderbridge. So we do caregiver things too, so that people who are in their homes and have a caregiver who is dedicating the majority of their time to that person, that caregiver is getting help too. And sometimes it may be a caregiver is getting a meal along with that home delivered person so that they can focus on care of that person and not having to worry about cooking.
Do you have any numbers that show what the other sources are and what their dollar amounts of people?
Yes, it should be in your report.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, there's a pie chart that shows all of that.
thank you.
Yes, yes.
These people that you serve in the home, I mean, do they assist any themselves? I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
with-
So with the food and the home delivered and the congregate meals, we are restricted to ask a confidential voluntary contribution. So we can't charge for a meal. So we can say our recommended contribution is $7. We estimate that it costs about $10 to prepare the meal when you consider everything that's included. And we say our recommended cost is $7, or, but most meal sites just have an envelope or a bucket type thing, and people can just come in and put whatever in. And we tell people whatever you're able to contribute is what we will accept, because we cannot charge. Older Americans Act specifies that. So that's where we have to specify with our meal sites, those people who aren't the highest priority, they can charge, but then they don't receive any money from Elderbridge for those meals. So we have to keep those separate, because then that'd be kind of double dipping and
You got quite an accounting nightmare.
yes.
They'll have balls in the air to do it.
Lots of, and lots of variation. Some people have embraced this, prioritization and said, hey, we'll roll with it. We'll serve who we can. We'll help you. Others said, we don't want you sending notes to our meal site people. And I'm like, well, we have to. If we can't serve them with our money, we have to tell them they're on a wait list, which doesn't sound very nice. And it's not very much fun to tell somebody that we don't have, the money to provide them that meal with a voluntary contribution, but they can pay the meal site full price. And then we let them know, when they would come off of that wait list. Luckily, so far, meals is the only thing we're having to do that right now.
Yeah.
But as we look at funding and how things come about with federal funding and state funding, we may have to prioritize some of those other services too. But we welcome anything that can contribute. And we know that you guys are, receiving a lot of those same issues that we are too, with not knowing what's going to happen. Any questions for me?
Usually on a page like this, it asks what the.
Oh, what our ask is? It's down at the bottom. Our ask for senior is $330 this year. FY27 county match fund request.
Where's it at?
On the back side of this one, there you go. towards the bottom right here,
It's just a little.
FY 27.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
That's what you want. Oh,
So last year was 320.
so we take that 330 times how many?
So the 4,555, the FY 55 data. But the top of that second column,
The fiscal year 24 data?
no, the 25 data. So the state has told us that in FY 25, you guys had 4,555 people 60 and over in your county.
Okay.
So then you multiply that, that should be that 15,032 at the bottom of that column.
Okay, so for fiscal year 27, you're asking
Yep.
us to fund 15,032.
Yes.
Okay. It threw me with the
No, and
top column being
Well,
fiscal year
and-
25 data.
people who
I
are
get it.
data driven write these and they don't realize that all of us who aren't don't understand their columns. So, yes, so that was, the data from 25 is there, and then our ask for 27 is 15,000. And I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. For coming. Who's ever on the phone, please, on the conference phone, call in, please mute your phone.
That. Go on to number 7, review action regarding A-list uni invoices of $2,114.81 for judicial review of the IUC permit. $78 for pipeline and right-of-way ordinances, and $717.36 for Summit Carbon IUB permit proceedings.
Looks like he's been pretty busy. With the $4,000 or our $2,400 bill.
Guess I'm the least familiar with what all this is going on, but you think that
So then I can shed some light on that. So there are 11 counties. Or, excuse me, 9 9 counties that are in the lawsuit against the Iowa Utilities Board for the, suing the Iowa Utilities Board for issuing the conditional permit to Summit. And so that's his cost he bills us, divides it by the number of people in that. So that's what that one is. The other one is the $78. That is, I was tasked to visit, see where we're at with the right-of-way ordinance. And so that's the charge between Tim and I. And I think,
Excuse me just a minute on that, right? Is that the one that we talked about ourselves? I mean,
Yes.
and that's an ongoing thing with the.
Well, yeah, that's what you've got. I think that's what your intention was of the one.
Yeah,
agenda item.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one,
1736.
shows there's an unpaid balance on that one. Has that not been paid for? On the $78 one actually has a 663 unpaid balance. Did we approve to pay that before?
I thought we did.
So actually that would be, if we didn't, we'd want to do 741. I'm not sure if Lex is on the phone. You can maybe look it up too. See if it's been paid.
Instead of 78, talking 741, right?
Total, 663 from a past invoice. See if we got. Show anything like that for the 2000.
Or we need to find out if we've paid that.
Looks like it's just a, what is the balance? It was $663.
$663.
$663.
663 was on the 9:30 meeting.
So did Lexi get notified to pay it? Or did it get to Lexi to pay?
Again, that goes back to September.
What's that?
When is that invoice dated?
That
It just
invoice
said
is
that-
dated October 22nd.
So if there's a void really.
And then the third invoice, Frank, is there's 8 counties that are in a suit with, or part of the proceedings cost for permitting going on.
Specific.
Eight counties now. That's our 717.36. I think that's maybe that 8. Is that 8?
It looks like the 293 from that meeting was paid, but maybe not the 660.
Oh, is that the one?
Taken care of. It looks like the 293 that was also approved in the same meeting as the 663. The 293 was paid. It doesn't look like the 663, so if the papers got stuck together or something, but we'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
So then all we do need to prove is these 3.
Yeah.
This one.
Because that 663 was approved in that 9:30 meeting.
I know we're dishing out a lot of money for this. But there are some factors to it that it's really, I think it's important that we keep pursuing what we're doing.
Well, I think it's more also, about local control and, our home turf, you might say, you know, which, I don't think we want to give up anything myself, you know.
So these numbers appear to be correct.
The 78 is, I just see, it says the balance due is that 600 and whatever. On, in our agenda packet on page,
Unpaid balance, you're talking.
page 14 on is that what it is? Page 14 of your agenda packet. It shows there's a prior unpaid balance. But we've taken care of that. It just didn't get paid.
Well, I'll certainly make the motion that we,
Yep.
you know, go ahead and pay these amounts and pick up the 663 extra, right?
I don't think you need that in your motion
You know,
because it was already
it was
approved. in
already
the motion.
approved
Yeah.
and just
It just needs to be taken care of in the auditor's
Okay.
office and should be on next week's claim.
Okay,
All of these should be on next week's claim. We should see that 741 on there.
okay. Well, I make the motion that, we approve the approving invoices of 2,414.81 for judicial review permit, 70 for the pipeline and right away, and 7/17/36 for Summit carbon IUB permit proceedings.
A second.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Pass. Okay, we get to, conservation update. You're up, young man.
Real quick, I can confirm they were paper clips together.
Okay.
Got missed.
Okay.
663 is stuck to the 293.
Oh,
Should
Okay.
touch this next one.
Yeah.
thanks.
All right. Good morning.
Morning, Adam.
Just a little bit, about what we've been doing, the director's report from, we had a meeting last Thursday. We didn't have it on Tuesday. We decided not to have it on the election night so people could do that. So field trip season is pretty much wrapped up for us. There's really nobody coming out, to Fossil Prairie Park as far as field trips go, with it now being November. But Heidi continues to get into the schools for education programming, sometimes multiple schools throughout the day. Campgrounds are closed now, everything's been winterized, but cabins and lodges remain really busy this time of year for us. Every year it seems to get more and more use in our cabins throughout the winter. Next year's reservations are already coming in pretty hot and heavy as far as campgrounds and cabins. Just a little about what we're doing. We're applying for a grant right now through the Iowa Prairie Network for a large scale landscaping project at the Fossil Prairie Park. It's gonna be like a multi phase education system. So on the east side, it'll be kind of a education, identification of plants, basically, getting people out there, getting them to identify the plants. And then on the west side of the building, it'll be more of a natural landscape. So they can learn the plants on the east side, identify those, and then go on the other side of the building and put what they've learned to use and try to find them. It'll have identification and QR codes throughout it, ADA compliance. It's gonna be a good thing. It's overdue. We'll see if we can get that. Haven't heard anything new on the Cedar River Water Trail since we had that public meeting. The person working with the Iowa DNR, we have an engineer company compiling a bunch of data from the public, and we'll hear back from them, and then hear back from the DNR on exactly how we're gonna proceed going into next year for the water trail. We haven't slowed down any at all because we applied for a water access grant at Sutter's Landing. It was for about $200,000 for the whole project. So we'll see what happens there. We're still waiting to hear back on that. That was a 90% cost share, so we pay 10%. Iowa DNR would fund 90%. They should be getting a hold of us this month to let us know how we did on that grant. All our fire breaks are in our areas. We're gonna be doing about 20 prescribed burns this fall and going into spring. Sometimes the fall can be difficult because we wait for the crops to go out, fields to get worked, and then it seems like Mother Nature shuts us down and we don't get much of a window. So that could kick off this afternoon or tomorrow, depending on how things shake out with the weather, for dry enough. So what we've done over the last 5 years is really marked our boundaries in our areas. We have 33 areas. Some of it wasn't really well defined, as far as private land versus county land. So we finished Wetlands Woods and Stricker's Fence, so everything's has corners marked well, and every couple hundred yards, there's a boundary sign so people can really differentiate if they're on public land versus private land, so we don't have any confusion there. That process is now complete. We just finished it last week. So everything has been gone through at least one time over the last 5 years and been remarked. We've invested a lot of time in purchasing of signs and posts to get this project complete. So it's been kind of a long-term project, but it's a good thing and well, we really needed it. Did a lot of resurfacing this last couple weeks. We hired a truck driver, resurfacing trails at Fossil Prairie Park and at Doshonic Recreation Area. Also resurfaced a couple roads. So that's nice to do it in the fall so that we could close those campgrounds and things and just let that kind of settle through the winter and kind of harden as the moisture and things get in there and dried out and we don't get a lot of potholes. We do it in the fall. So we had the Eyes in the Night Halloween event since the last time I came here. It's a big event at the Doshonic Recreation Area. We had over 200 people attend. It's been a huge hit. It's growing every year. I think this was the 4th or 5th year we've had it. And we'll continue to have that, teaming up with our friends group. The Prairie Conservation Foundation helps us out with that. And then another event coming up, if anybody's interested, Heidi's hosting a wreath building workshop at the Doshonic Recreation Area on November 30th. That seems to be another event that's growing every year. I think this will be the 3rd or 4th year of that.
What was that again?
It's a wreath building workshop. So we host it right after Thanksgiving and then people can get in there and get their Christmas wreath built, but they can build it on their own with supplies that we provide, that we go out and cut the material. There's like three or four different evergreen species and then like redwood dogwoods that you can mix in and some river birch and things just to make a nice wreath. And
You have a lot of grapevine in your,
we do. If you want to know where there's some, I can definitely turn you on to that.
well, I've made wreaths with grapevine too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen those. And then I guess another thing is we discussed on Thursday, we're in the works of communication with a company out of Minnesota called Naturon. And they basically go out and buy credits for conservation projects. Like when something gets built, say like a large business, a Walmart or something gets built where there's a wetland, they have to buy these conservation credits to make sure that that wetland's restored somewhere. It doesn't have to be in the same state, there's certain criteria with each one. They purchased a property a mile and a half south of the Fossil Prairie Park. It's 40 acres. We're having a discussion with them on the transition of that property into public ownership and how we would look at that as far as easement holder and stewardship holder. What the payment process would be for us to take that over because there's money involved in that. So right now we're looking at 41 acres. So as the easement holder, we would get about what I've negotiated with them, kind of with the board, is around $30,000 up front, and then the first 5 years, another 5,000. So right around 55,000 at the end of the 5 years. And then if you take on the long-term stewardship, which is like a 10-year overseeing of the project, which involves paperwork and certain criteria met that you're checking the boxes, there's 89,000 in the bank for that after they pay out the 55,000 to us. So I might be coming back or talking with you guys about how we could put that money so it's specifically utilized for that area, or how we would like to do that. Because in the past, we've done things and earmarked it with a certain line item. Gloria's been involved in that before with like the pool money, pool wildlife area. So I would like to make sure that that's available and used for that property, because that's the way it's intended. So
that property right now, what is it? Is
so right now
grass, woodland, or?
It's basically, it was actually, most of it was an ag reduction with a stream through it. And the stream just had a buffer on each side where they kept it, just the grass. And there was a lot of wild willow growing in it. And so what's being done is the Army Corps of Engineers working with that company, Naturon, and they're making a wetland, and they're basically enhancing the whole property with native vegetation. So it's gonna,
So the whole 40 acres and.
it's gonna be completed by the
Ag
time.
Production will all be
Yeah.
taken out of ag production and.
Right, so there'll be a wetland in it, and then there's, a few other features that are on the map that they're putting in along the stream that are kind of like, basically mitigation in case the beaver come in, that it's not gonna cause a problem. Those type of things. So the Army Corps does a really good job putting those plans together. And then, so now the actual paperwork from the Army Corps will probably be done in December, and then they'll probably work on the project over the winter, right away in the springtime. So by the time we would take over the easement, it'd be like turnkey done as far as everything developed. The maintenance side of it would kick in where we would have to start doing our prairie mowings to keep the weeds out. And then eventually, after 3 years, it would go into a burn rotation. So parts of it would get burnt, every 3 years. So we'd probably put it into like 3 sections and burn one section every year, because obviously you don't want to burn it all at once. So you're keeping the habitat for what's there.
So how do they find these properties?
They find them all over. This is like the 5th one they've done in Iowa, at least through the person we're working with. But there's nothing even close to us. Most of them are in southern Iowa that they've worked.
Well, I'm just curious, what's the tillable acres that are taken out of production?
It was probably about 30 of the 40 acres. And, like I said, it's 1.5 miles of Fossil Prairie Park. I'm not sure who the owner was, but I know a lot of that land in that area had recently been turned over or sold out to somebody else. So I think it came available and worked out where they were able to purchase the right piece of property or parcel that had the wetland feature where they could get that project done.
Yep. Credits, yeah.
Yep.
Is it,
So they restored something that probably had a wetland down at one time, but then was tiled and drained, and then now they're bringing that wetland back and working with us so that we're taking over the easement and potentially the long-term stewardship. And then if we don't take on the stewardship, we lose out on the 89,000. We also necessarily don't have all the parts to do all the work the first 10 years. We would decide if it's public hunting or not public hunting, because we'd be the easement holder, but there'd be somebody overseeing everything we did. We're not really used to that. We've had these projects before with like the DOT, Stricker spend as a part of the Fossil Prairie Park. And we always have been the stewardship, holder or stewardship agreement with conservation. So, we're in a position, we don't really need somebody to oversee how we do the conservation practices, because that's what we do. But it can be done that way where we could be hands off and somebody would be filling that paperwork out every year, and then we wouldn't be filling it out. So we've definitely looked at that, and we're not, not just jumping into it saying we just want the money. We want to make sure that we're able to do the things that it's required. And we're in a good position right now because most of our prairie development, a lot of our areas are established to where we want them as far as the maintenance side of things, because we've transitioned all of our ag production primarily now into native or tree plantings. So we're in a really good position to do this.
is it adjacent to any other?
No, it's not. It's on its own. But it's really close to us there, 1.5 miles down.
Or anything where, there's been lots of talk about bike trails.
Mm-hmm.
Can a bike trail go on it, or that's probably up to?
Yes. So you can develop trails. There'd be restrictions on like buildings and taking certain parts out, but trails is part of the paperwork in the agreement. And I've already had Todd review it more than once, and so I'm working with Mr. Pritchard on that. So I think we're moving along pretty well, but we're almost to the point where we're going to be deciding, and so we need to make a decision on how those funds will be put aside for that property. So I think next month at December meeting, the Conservation Board will have me come back with maybe a couple ideas, and maybe we can work something out where money's earmarked for that property.
Would it be a good assumption that the CSR rating is that very good on?
It's not very good. No, I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't good. So it's a good piece to put back into our habitat.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think I know where it's at.
Yeah, I can send you guys some maps. So you can.
I'd like to see.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. Really, there's nothing else unless you guys have questions. We're just kind of business as usual.
Are you able to do so with existing staff, or do you think it's going to be, more cost?
No, I think.
That you'd be pay compensated?
Yeah, so basically, we kind of track what we're doing, and if we think things are substantial costs, and we could pull money from that.
Yeah.
That stewardship funding.
Yes.
But the maintenance agreement with the conservation easement, they're gonna give us $30,000 once we say it's all closed and that agreement's done, and then 5 years, 5,000, so, you're sitting at a pretty good amount, 55,000 just in the first 5 years. And that's gonna require the mowing and starting the burning and probably some herbicide application. But like I said, I talked to our team, our staff, and we all feel confident we're in a good position to take it on. So.
You're in that field, it's gotta feel exciting.
Oh, it is. That's a big deal for us to acquire another piece. Nope. I think that's kind of it.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
Yeah, the next part was if you guys have questions on number 8.
I was curious where you were, by North Springs, by the Great River Road.
Oh, yeah.
The one, their parks weren't closed yet last week.
Like Wilkinson or actually the
You
green
know
belt
what,
strip.
the green belt strip,
Yeah, they've kept
One
that
at North Springs.
open pretty late
yeah.
the last couple of
Surprised
years.
that was still,
They resurfaced a lot of that, so they
Yeah.
kept it open.
yeah. And
That's
I
neat.
like your plan for identifying plants. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of neat because like when we were at the solar tour, Maple City solar site, that has, conservation is involved with, that's got prairie,
Oh, yeah.
grasses and that type of thing on it. And so the one person just kept saying, yeah, that's that kind and that's that kind. And that was an invasive one that shouldn't be here. And, that kind of stuff. It was so, I'm like, oh, I don't really know what that kind of
So what we're
grass
looking at,
is. And I'm curious about you.
about 30 species, over 30 species that'll be put on that east side of the property, and each one of them will have a steel, but not an ID sign. But basically learn as you go, and then they can go out and put it to work and find them.
Other thing I wanted to ask, I see that you, I think on your agenda, Conservation Board did a tour of your properties.
Yep.
I think in the past, supervisors have been invited on those tours. Did I miss an invite for that?
No.
Or do you not do that?
No, we will invite the public, I guess, for supervisors. I just need to send a specific invitation, I guess. So sorry I missed you.
No, that's all right. I'd like to,
Yes,
during
That's
COVID,
wonderful.
my husband and I went and toured every county park. It took
Okay.
us 2 weekends to cover all the parks.
oh, yeah.
But I'd like to do a tour thing just to see.
Yeah, so every October, we usually get anywhere from like 4 to 8 areas, depending on how big and how much information I have to share.
Yeah.
Usually takes about 3 hours and I share everything I can about it.
And it wouldn't have to be a public meeting, but because it'd be like if we were all 3 attending the same training at ISAC or something like that.
Mhm.
It's just informational stuff.
So I'll definitely put that down and invite you guys next time. Sorry I missed it.
Yeah,
Um,
good job. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your
Nice stuff.
Cedar River, that Cedar River Trail
Mhm.
deal, the lady that was at the meeting, spearheading that meeting, is she done yet? Or is she?
No, she'll be done at the end of next month. So she's,
I can't remember, was she gonna get that grant all tidied
Yeah.
up by then, or?
all
or
the
is it-
surveying and data will be collected by the end of December, and then it will turn over
Do
to
something.
someone else, but it should be ready for the DNR to have what they need to follow through with the water trail as far as data collection.
Yeah.
So hopefully, everything's good to go, and we find out sometime in January what's gonna happen next year. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done if we get it, and it'll be fun.
And then also, I just wanted to mention the tower site.
Oh, yes.
There's damage that on that tower site, conservation had, did all of their prairie seeding and did their mowings, required height, that type of thing. And when they came in to harvest the crop, they tore some of that up. So,
Yeah, they did a pretty good number to it. We're definitely gonna have to do some backtracking on the work side of, reestablishing that prairie. But it's hard to know how much damage was done until the vegetation starts to emerge. So putting a dollar amount and how much it's gonna cost is hard to know right now, but we'll probably end up planting part of it again that we saw was really damaged, you know, instead of waiting another year. But yeah, we're in the middle of working with Todd Pritchard on that and Sheriff Crooks to get that figured out, so it's not happening again.
Yeah.
So there's potentially some papers that have been served, and we'll see what happens there.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, you have the
We got.
yeah, I didn't know if you had any questions.
Increase, number 9, increase for conservation manager.
Yeah, so basically, we have scheduled a salary or pay wage increase for our office manager who has put in 6 months, everything when it's got planned, and so the pay increase, it was time, and so we went ahead with what the conservation board had put together for me to work on, and I had made note to the auditor's office, and now it's coming through you guys just to show that we are to that point and adding a little bit of funding to her pocketbook.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Number 10, the engineer update. Adam, you're
Morning, everyone.
morning.
Hey, Adam.
How are you guys? All right, secondary road. Got some maintenance work going on. We are doing some brushing underneath a lot of our bridges. We're starting on the asphalt bridges. Trying to clear out all the trees and brush from underneath makes it easier to get underneath those bridges and inspect them. It's just something that we need to do, keep it from getting too out of hand. We are continuing to mow. We've got all 3 mowers going. We've gone through our first round throughout the whole county. Now we're working on our second round. Basically, we're restarting where we started before. As the grass keeps continuing to grow, we'll get through as much as we can before winter shuts us down. We have a culvert on 240th Street west of Dancer that we're replacing. We're working on that here today and probably tomorrow. Putting a couple of our homemade boxes in there. DD3, that bypass culvert, that has been completed. I don't know if you were able to get out there and look at it or not.
Looks wonderful.
Yes,
think
it
it'll
turned out well,
Yeah.
so. Nighttime sign
Was it
inventory,
just one that you had to do in
just
that area?
one culvert, yeah,
Okay.
a 36-inch CMP. We had to get a couple bends in it, so we can bend it around the existing pipes and put it in a little bit lower, so take the low flows.
Pick another spot. Did you do River Rock or something?
We did some riprap.
Not River Rock. River Rock.
Yeah, we did some riprap there and at T38 as well, that culvert. Nighttime sign inventory, we have that project completed. And I did want to mention you guys, we had an employee, Dale Hughes, that has written a letter that he is retiring effective December 4th. So I was going to post that internally for 10 days as is required by our handbook. I just wanted to mention it to you guys before I did that.
What date was that?
His last day will be December 4th.
Yeah.
December, yeah.
Dusty used to always put those as action items for the board.
And I plan to do that next
All right.
Monday. It was a little late, Monday getting it to
Okay.
Morgan,
Just
so
to clarify if it was a retirement or resignation.
he did say retirement, so.
Yep.
So yes, that will be an official action item next week. I just wanted to bring it up here so I can get the process started.
Sure.
And get that posted so you can get somebody.
So you're talking about the hiring process,
Yes,
and to replace him immediately.
as soon as we can, yes.
Right.
With winter coming up, we need a full staff for our snow removal. So, and I have been told there might be somebody that might be interested for my department in that route. It's a motor grader route up, he's stationed out of Floyd. So it might be, we'll see who, somebody wants to move up there. If that's the case, then we'll post the next.
Must have had rumors of the bad winter coming up, that he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what winter's gonna hold. I've heard multiple things. We'll see when it gets here. Motor graders. Our plan is to purchase 2 motor graders next fiscal year. I talked to our John Deere salesman here the other day. He said motor graders right now about 6 months out. And if we do get an order in by the end of this calendar year, we wouldn't have to pay until next fiscal year, and there are some financial incentives right now through John Deere. I was gonna talk to you guys about potentially starting that process and getting a couple motor graders ordered. We would go through and do a bid through John Deere and CAT as well, get some competition.
Have you considered where you're at with your fiscal year 27 budget?
I've got my 27 budget started. I've got right now planning on about $1 million in equipment for next year in that budget. So yes, I have been working on that budget. We've got 2 motor graders that are over 16,000 hours.
Are you seeking bids then because of the cost of those motor graders with, you're not just going with the John Deere, are you getting bids?
Yes, as I said, I'm getting
Okay.
bids through John Deere and.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry.
Yep, that's all right. Yep, we try to keep the competition between the 2, keep them both happy.
But you said 60,000.
16,000 hours.
Wow,
That's a lot of hours for motor
that
grader.
is a lot of hours.
And I think there's 2 that are 2004, and there's actually one that's 2001 that's got 13,000. So I don't know which ones we're gonna be getting rid of, but I had to talk to our mechanics, our superintendent to see which ones are in worse shape, but plan is to get rid of 2 of those and purchase 2 new ones.
Hopefully we'll still be able to get a good trade in on them.
I hope so. That's a lot of hours for motor grader. So I will get that process started. And obviously bring final quote to you before the board for approval. Moving on to office activities, construction projects. Our resurfacing B60 is complete. Our office is working on the final paperwork for that. With federal aid jobs, there comes a lot of paperwork with that. So it takes quite a while to close out those type of projects.
They did
T20,
good work.
yes, it turned out well.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I think I've heard a lot of positives about that project. It was a good project for us.
Being compared to the avenue.
I understand that, but it's not the
I know,
same.
I know.
It's not the same. What happened on the avenue was a maintenance type of project.
Yeah.
Ours was more of a resurfacing.
Yeah.
T26, that's south of Rudd. Heartland was working on that project. They have, they finished paving and they're planning to finish up shouldering and hopefully painting this week, if not beginning of next week. So that project is coming to a close and that's the end of our paving for this year. So I know it's kind of dragged on a little bit, but we're getting there. Resurfacing for next year, T47, that's Packard between Highway 14 and B60. We are getting final plans ready. Final plans for that are due December, first week in December, first or second week in December. Property for North Spring Shop. I have contacted a landowner up there about some property, potentially just in the outskirts of town. He's mulling it over at the moment. I'm not gonna give specific details, but if he does decide to sell and once we come up with a price, I will bring it up to the board for approval. So that you know that's in progress.
I think we just really need to be conscientious of what happens with legislation with property tax reform before we jump into that kind of a thing.
That's why I'm bringing it up now. I know we
Yeah.
talked about it. But our plan is if we can get this or a property outside of North Springs, that we would then sell our current facility in North Springs.
Yeah.
And hopefully come out net equal or even net positive between the properties.
But not the new construction.
No, not for new construction,
Right.
but between
Yeah.
tearing down the current building there, or buying a new property, building there, and then selling the old building. I would much rather buy a new property more on the outskirts of town and then sell the old property instead of building on the current site, if we can. And then office schedules, I should be in almost every day next couple of weeks. We don't have anything really scheduled till the first week in December. Any questions?
Got sand and salt and all this stuff stored, what you think we need, and
We have things as ready as we can be. So I know they're ready to go out this past weekend. We fortunately didn't need to, but we're ready.
Okay. Thanks,
you
Ed.
like it or not.
Like it or not.
Point of information. So we have this canvas scheduled for 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m.
You can start it later. I don't know that anybody's here for the canvas, so you can start it. You just can't start it earlier. So we can finish the meeting and then start.
Yeah, we just can't do it before. Okay, review action regarding repairs in Drainage District 9, including a broken tile in the main line and a plug or blown tile in lateral 18. That's,
I can help touch on that here for you guys. I know Tim is on the phone. The broken tile in the main line, I was told that would be a simple fix. That is something the secondary road department can handle. You so choose. The plug or blown tile lateral 18, that one, we are not exactly sure of the extent of the damage, and we feel it's something that should probably be handled by a private contractor. We don't want to kind of get over our heads with secondary road department, so we would recommend you hire a private contractor for that repair.
yeah, just don't know the extent of all that. Drainage District 9, tell me where that's at here again.
East of town.
East of town.
East Town.
I think it encompasses the airport.
It looks like it is, this, and that's right over there.
Noticed on your paperwork that it lists Ken Haven.
Across the
His
country.
name is actually Kent, EMT.
Okay, we can try to get that changed. I'm not sure who,
Kent, it was a piece of paper
the work order that was sent in.
Oh.
listed him as Ken,
Oh.
K-E-N.
Okay.
Kent, yeah.
Mark that down.
So are there funds in these districts? You know,
What's the estimated cost of this one? What's this one? I don't think it's on there yet, is it? If not, we would,
Success
after the work is done and they send in a
bill.
bill, we would assess. That
Those
one,
are
I
always-
think has some money because I don't think there's been much work on that since we did the reclassification. And it, I don't think there should be some money, but depending on what the cost of fixing 9 is, I don't know, 18, I don't know that there's much in 18. A lot of 18.
The broken tile shouldn't be,
That shouldn't be too much.
it sounds like it should be easy fix.
so
So you will go ahead and get a hold of somebody to look at the plug tile or private, or
That's on you guys. Yep.
will have, somebody will have to.
For, is Tim available to work? Can somebody give us some specs that we could go by? To get some bids or whatever we need to do on it. I mean, I don't know that any of us are.
To find out where it's at exactly and all
You
that.
might be able, they might be able to assist you in some of that, yes.
Yeah, you're gonna need directions
Yes,
for
yes.
a little more specific, you know.
Yeah, he's looked at
If
the
you can
situation,
help.
he's familiar with it.
We've maybe been spoiled in the past with Calvin and Dusty's past engineers that can help the board.
I'm of the opinion that the drainage district should be separate from the engineer's office as much as possible. I do realize we handle some of the administration side of things, take the requests, mark them down, and we do some of the minor repairs, but
Yeah.
it's not really a part of the engineer's office.
That's why we took it out of the engineers' duties and And I tagged it for the foreman too.
And we can assist,
Yeah,
but I mean,
you don't want,
we'd like to stay out of it as much as we can.
I just can't understand why. Okay,
But if, I don't know if one of us wants to take the lead on it and
take the lead on.
work with Tim and try to get something to get some bids for someone for lateral 8, for drainage district 9, lateral 18.
I can do that, yes.
Gonna do that?
It's really nothing.
I think one of you had said, somebody had said one time that some of the counties, whichever district it's in, they kind of take over,
That's a good idea.
and that is in Frank's.
That is the way that it is handled.
Or no,
No,
that's,
it's not, it's in yours. It's in yours.
they're over here. Where's lateral 8 at, or lateral 18 at?
I don't have that exact location with me.
Still looking at.
That's
It's probably the woods.
Huh?
It's probably the woods.
not mine. Not east of Charles City.
You have, Rock
You know, I
Grove,
have
Red
experience
Floyd,
for that, but
Niles, that one's in both Niles and, might be yours or mine.
Oh,
It really doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter, except I like to share the joy.
So dealing with the broken tile and that one, you say it's a minor thing, and so.
Secondary Roads is gonna do the main.
Yep.
Drainage District 9 main, it's just that it's on page, starts page 24 of your packet.
You just have to get the specifics where the plug is and talk to, yeah. Simple.
Talk to Tim, he can give you the specifics, and I would think that it wouldn't be a huge project. It should be in your, what's your $50,000 threshold? You should be able to just go out and hire a contractor to fix it.
Yeah. It's getting a hold of them because they're all busy, you know, how that goes, but,
It'd be nice to get them small.
oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it. We've been doing that work for the last 2 weeks.
I don't, I don't know, need to take any action.
I don't think so.
Action and instruct, do you need action to instruct the secondary roads and then fix the first part?
We could, I'll make motion to, direct, Tim to work with Drainage District 9 main tile repairs. And for Frank to get the ball rolling with contractors to outsource Drainage 9 lateral 18 repairs.
And I'll second that motion. Okay, our discussion, right? Thank you. All those, favor that, say aye. Aye. Oh, okay, pass.
Thank you.
Thank you. And move on to number 12 here quickly. Review action regarding an employee agreement concerning an assistant county attorney.
I just caught Todd before the meeting and asked if he was gonna be here for this. He said he
Is he?
might try to.
Or we can go ahead with what we.
Yeah.
I've read through it and it was presented by the county attorney, so if he approves of it, so. I would make a motion to accept the agreement that's been stated.
I'm not ready to make a second to it.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. The reason we started having them do timesheets was because of issues in the same department, different people, but in that department. And,
We had a problem with that.
and our auditing firm had suggested that they do timesheets. And it doesn't have to be I worked from 8 to 4 with a half-hour lunch. They can create their timesheet and they can make it, if Todd signs off something that says Dave worked. I think the expectation with his $75,000 part-time salary is that he,
I think it's just, definitely accountability.
yeah,
And,
mean, there's-
we have to that's what it is, it set an
Yeah.
example, and I don't think it's unreasonable, I mean, so.
that salary was kind of in line with, what Randy's full-time salary was. It was kind of prorated down, to somewhere, I kind of played with the numbers a little. I think it was like between 25 and 29 hours a week.
Yeah.
For that salary, and I think there should be some sign off to that.
I agree. I don't think it's that difficult a thing to do for that, so.
So I guess I could second your motion and we could, we deny this. I mean, I know how I vote on it.
Yeah.
Oh, no use in seconding that.
Or just to die.
No.
Okay,
Thanks for lack of a second.
nice, for lack of second.
And Todd can come to a meeting and talk to
Yeah.
us about it, but I just think there's some accountability to it.
I do
needs to be
too. I'm not.
tracked.
Wrong with that.
Okay.
Died first, second, and all that. Okay, Morgan? Got it? Okay, thank you. 13, review action regarding disposition of a sheriff's vehicle.
But that's what Chief Deputy Shirley's here for, maybe.
You bet.
Go ahead, you wanna talk about it, or?
Basically, we have a vehicle for sale, 2018. Been talking with Morgan, just wanted to get it on. The supervisors were the ones that handled all the bids and opened the bids and on a certain day, and I just need to get the date set for. And does it get posted in the press or something? I haven't done.
There was, yeah, the auditor, but should be some sample on, you could steal and put it in the paper to, let
Is it
people.
more than just the paper? Like there was a one sheet of paper that I found for a previous one. Is there something else can be located in a different folder?
Maybe in the Florida Morgan folder, but actually should be, notices of sale or something like that. I could, if I have it on my extra bit too. Yeah.
So when I have kind of like what you had made up the last time we sold one, basically what I'm looking for is if the supervisors are still on board with taking the bids, opening the bids, but then I would need, to be able to put in the date that the bids would be no later accepted on, and then the opening day of when they would be opened.
How much time do you think you need, Morgan, to get an ad or in a paper? It's just a little for sale, and I don't know what we did. I can't remember. It seems like we put it in the paper.
Last time, it looks like that was discussed early in December. It was maybe 2 weeks, I want to say, because the bids were sealed and due by December 23rd.
Yeah, because
It was early in
It's Christmas
December when the
present.
board set that date.
it's in pretty good shape.
It's like the rest that we sell. I mean, they're used, but they're well taken care of. And, you got little dings and dents on the outside, and the interior can be rough and all the gear and slide in and out, but they function definitely as is, all-wheel drive. We used to get pretty good trade-in value for them, but that has went away, so we make better money selling outright. So.
I think I found it. So if we
We just need to set a date.
wanna go out to like
So,
Second or the ninth or
yeah. Ninth,
ninth, we do the ninth.
ninth.
Is the board also okay with using the same location where we, on the south side of the building?
I think so. Morgan, there should be some for sale signs in the drawer under the counter on the, when you're up the counter on that side, top drawer. Some vehicle for sale signs.
So last time it said no later than 9 a.m. on the 23rd, so you're looking at no later than 9 a.m. on the 9th. Is that correct? For this go around?
Sounds like it would be, that should be good.
Yeah, that should be good.
Somebody could turn bid in, I guess, that morning. This 9 a.m. would be the last one.
I know it was put on the auditor's Facebook page, and I think you guys shared it on the sheriff's page.
Yes.
We took pictures and put it out there. I'm not seeing a newspaper ad. So maybe we didn't advertise in the newspaper.
Oh, see, I'm not sure on that. We didn't, our office didn't have anything to do with the advertising, so I'm uncertain if it was or was not.
Maybe Lexi could find, that was all in December. The last one was December of 2024. And maybe Lexi can see if there was a newspaper ad.
I'm going to guess that there has to be a newspaper ad just based on other discussions with Elizabeth, the auditor, about getting rid of different pieces or different items if it's being sold. But I can, and look, that's
It's required.
I think it would be good.
Yeah, I might get a few more
Yeah.
bites with it.
I can't see why we wouldn't. Check on that. Do that.
Yeah, lots of vehicle for sale stuff, but I'm not seeing a.
Curious, how many miles on that vehicle?
This one's set at 177,000, give or take,
And it's, what year is it?
2018.
2018? What a mile. So we need a motion then to,
We can, so it says review in action. And make a motion to. Set a date for receiving sealed bids for, sheriff's vehicle
right?
for December 9th. At bids due by, 9 a.m. December 9th, and to, advertise, as required. Leave it at that.
Okay. I'll second that motion. Okay. Any more discussion on that? If none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Pass. Okay. Number 14, review and the action regarding financial support for the amicus brief for Counselor versus Shelby County, consideration of a minimum $500 contribution to ISAC to help defray costs associated with requesting the U.S. Supreme Court review. And, Kathy addressed this, and we talked about it, you know, not amongst ourselves here very much, but I'll go ahead and make that motion that we give $500 contribution to ISAC for
Okay.
cost.
I would second that.
Have a motion second. Any more discussion? See none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Pass.
And then the email that I sent out on that, you can, ask ISAC to invoice for that, so. I want to reach out to.
and what code do you guys use.
same like you would for Ehlers and Cooney and that type of thing. Well, actually, we have taken those before out of the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, it's all general fund, so it doesn't matter. We can figure out codes, get the invoice from Isaac and make sure it gets on that next claim one, because they do want it out.
Yeah.
If you let them know that when you email, or I can even email them on, if you want, I can email them and say, can you invoice us? We approved that we're going to do it. That's what they wanted, is to have that commitment.
Yeah, if you would like to do that email, can you just have them include Lexi and
Yes,
I when they send the invoice, please?
yes. I could do that. I haven't painted. Yeah, I'll find it.
You're good.
I'll even, yeah, I'll find
Okay.
it.
We'll go ahead and, as we pass that, then number 15, review action regarding disclosure of financial and personal interests related to the proposed wind energy ordinance. I brought this back to the table after finding some, more information that, Johnson County has approved this, along with Lynn County, Blackhawk County, and Dickinson. So we would not be the first county to do this. And after reading through the Johnson County, their disclosure of this and conflict of interest, I find it a very good one and covers a lot. And I thought, so I would bring it back to discussion and action that we go ahead and approve that. And I know last time, but I would make the motion that we go ahead and have the disclosure of, and I think it's just a good transparency for the county to have, ensure their confidence of the people. And so I'll make the motion that we go back and pass this disclosure of financial and personal interest related to the proposed winter energy ordinance. So, second,
You can vote on it again if you want.
you want to second it again, just
I
to
can
move on with it?
I can second it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We have a motion, second. Any more discussion? Frank, would you like to weigh in?
Well, you found other disclosure statements that they weren't the one that you wrote, which is you wrote this one.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe propose that we go on and approve, something along those lines that Johnson County is like to propose that, and we can get that to you to read.
I will just say that I read Todd's email from the last meeting when we
Mhm.
voted on this. I'll just read it again. It goes beyond what Iowa law requires as far as disclosure. I see nothing improper with the discussion, but it appears unnecessary under Iowa law and typical rules of legislative ethics. In the end, it's up to the majority members of the board if you want to make additional disclosures or not. There certainly is no requirement that I am aware of that requires this type of disclosure.
Yeah, according to Iowa statute, though, that we do have the power to do that, and, so, yeah. I mean, but it's not required, and, I note that, but, I like the idea of the transparency and, and not in all elected officials, and even those that it trickles down to appointed, people that run some of the commissions or whatever. And, I just think it's a good idea,
Yeah,
and I understand, but there's two ways to look at it. Todd, he's got his opinion, but there's other attorneys that
sure.
voice the other way too, so, but, anyway.
The board ended up hiring Tom Reveley at one time because they didn't like
Yeah,
that.
well, and that is perfectly legal, and even the governor signed I think it was just passed in the last legislation that is a very doable and can do thing. So, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary there. Yeah, we got a motion, second, and, so all those in favor of doing this, voting up aye, aye. All those opposed? Aye.
Aye.
Didn't pass. 16, discussion regarding right-of-way ordinance.
So I have, I visited with, Todd, I visited with, Tim Whipple, and I followed up with, where the status of it was, that it was supposedly in the county engineer's hands. Adam has gotten back to me, with his position on it. And so now it's just, before it comes to the boards, Tim's recommendation is that the three of us the three of us meaning Todd, Adam and I come together again and figure out, or at least Todd and I come together again to figure out, Adam and I come together, not Tim, see what we think maybe should be changed. We can look at other ones before we present something to the rest of them.
And I'd like to interject in there that, can't think what county it was, but there are specifics that go with this, like for every time you cross the road, the amount, and we need to look at that. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just, covers all. There are a lot of specifics that we need to talk about, I think. So we need to really.
So would that be part of your discussion with engineer?
Yes, yes. And I have sample ordinances as well, besides what has been drafted for the county by Tim.
Yeah, so that really, we want to, well, that we can,
Just the
Yeah,
three of
for a
us
while.
have to figure out a time to meet.
Time.
Yeah,
okay,
some morning, and Adam and Todd are available, because Todd is usually here in the morning, so we just gotta figure out a time.
okay.
Maybe we can get together. I can shoot him an email and see if we can get together next week, like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Or after the board meeting.
I don't know, I suppose we can get copies of other counties.
You've got-
You've
yeah.
got a lot of
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
But they've
there's a
got-
lot of those out
There is a county, I can't remember what county it was that was very good what they done, but, okay.
Floyd,
Well,
you may be thinking of Hardin or Bremer County.
Hardin County, right?
there. Bremer County is the one that is in not such a good situation with it all, that is probably could have another reason why we need to do that support,
first-
because we could lose local control over some of those things because of the strictness that Bremer County has.
Well, and that'll all be what we need to discuss and
Yeah.
go over
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, Hardin County is what I was thinking. Thank you. Okay, we'll go on to, number 17, note the county social services audit report. That's quite, that was quite lengthy. And, Mr. Sands, came up, with kind of not the best review on what's, happened.
And mental health has been a struggle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I got to go to the last pages there and look at it.
So I think at this point, the only thing we have to do is make sure.
Just note it.
There's no.
Yeah.
And
Because county social services is only in existence now for, likely they'll be done in another month or so.
Yeah.
But some of the write-ups were standard write-ups that happens to all of them.
some of them were a little beyond that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
If it was gonna continue, they'd have to make some corrections on some.
Quite a few. yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Our responsibility is to make sure that we have looked at,
Yep.
everything's been settled out.
and we're gonna, I mentioned another one. Workforce development, was it? In that same email that I'd sent on that there was another audit that was supposedly sent to. Did you get an
The
audit?
only other audit that I have that I think I replied back.
Central
with is-
Iowa,
I had an audit, oh, Central Iowa.
Central Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah,
The only other audit that's the only guess that I have to, or I think I replied back is, area development corp. I have theirs
okay.
on my desk, but I can look for Central Iowa to see if.
Yeah, what I put in the email was that they mentioned that since you were on Central Iowa Juvenile Detention, they said they emailed it to board members. But you would have been on the board when they would have emailed that. Do you have Central Iowa's by chance?
Hmm.
That could, actually, that's kind of getting into the future agenda items.
Yeah.
But if you can look and see if you've got that one other, I can ask them if they can resend it.
Well, we'll move on to number 18. Note post-election audit report, auditor certification of the November 4th, 2025 city school election.
So it's included in your packet. You will see that the state chose Rockford as our precinct to be audited. They then instruct us, since there are multiple different ballot styles in each location, or almost every one of our precinct has multiple different ballot styles. They then tell us to pick the first ballot style and the first race on that ballot style to determine what race you're going to audit. After that, we audit all of the ballots that were in that precinct. So I believe Rockford had 2 or 3 ballot styles. The race that was chosen was on 2 ballot styles, so then they go through and they audit that race. And by auditing, they do a hand count to ensure that the machine count matches the hand count. And yet again, Floyd County has 100% accuracy, so
Wonderful.
we're good.
Deal. Good job.
Good. So good.
Is there any questions about that process?
No, I don't think so. Ellen? Move on to, note the resignation of a jailer. That's almost a monthly occurrence. Tough job.
Ashley hasn't been here very long, has she? Oh,
Less than 6 months. The last 2 jailers to have left were here less than 6 months.
yeah.
Okay. Number 20, future agenda items.
I have from last week to just give a quick update. The law enforcement 28E discussion is looking like it's gonna be the last meeting of the month, so on the 25th. that is the meeting that the most mayors responded that they would be able to attend. So I will get that.
What date is it?
The 25th.
20.
Yep. And then the other thing from last week is the debt TIF certificate approval. We will look at also doing that on the 25th.
Are any of them wanting to, have any of them said anything about getting together and looking at doing anything different than a 1 year?
Nobody has said, they only replied back regarding when they were available.
Okay.
And then I can add the Central Iowa audit.
Yeah, let's find out.
I can't think of anything right now.
I can't either. Probably stuff that will. Oh, just, making sure we get that. It was on the last agenda for the, or future agenda items for or maybe 2 ago with the TIF report and the debt trust. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Or
Sorry.
I'll plan to do that one on the 25th
Okay.
as well.
Thank you. I don't, so I will have somebody, if they make a motion to adjourn.
I would make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now we have to, meeting's over with, but we have a lot of stuff to sign, is that right?
We're gonna start the meeting of the canvassers.
Now I'm gonna start the meeting of the campus. That's right. Look forward to this.
This one, I think I will join you guys.
Actually, I thought we did pretty good with that big of an
There's a
agenda.
lot of agenda.
Congratulations. You people are so efficient. I may though, really quick.
Take a break?
Yeah.
Just get the knees working again.
You guys are home.
It's getting cold, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. We saw beautiful northern lights in our backyard yesterday.
Yeah, I missed them. I was here until almost 9 last night, but I called my sister on the way home to try to catch her, and she goes, you've got to go outside and at least put your camera up. You won't be able to see them without your camera.
So I'll show you.
Anything else?
There you go.
We did travel a little bit further, so.
I'll do my best to stay alive.
Man, that's beautiful.
So,
You get more colors in this one. The pictures I saw were basically green and pink.
so, this was like closer, we live on 29th Avenue and 28th Avenue. And Indian Queen School, which is an elementary school, is on 29th Avenue. We just went a little bit darker to the other side there. I was just showing her northern library. Look at those. It's from our backyard.
Oh, the lights, yes. I
Yes.
saw them last night.
Yes, they were.
Those are pretty fantastic.
Oh, I know.
So we didn't see much of the green. The green,
No, it was, we just walked out and it
and
was,
tonight it's supposed to be even better.
yeah, tonight I think we're traveling to a darker.
Only things on this, I'm sure there's gonna be other things.
But they're
top
not
of this campus that I need to do.
The
The one I'm struggling with is in the resolution, I did not
We came home,
say anything
went
about.
upstairs to our son's bedroom, what used to be this room. And we could see Bailey's lights.
I'll restart this and just so they're separate.
It was just beautiful after that.
My question though is because, again,
I'll try to stay away
Taylor
from
are
it.
talking.
Don't have to.
Didn't put it in the resolution.
But you'll put the winner in the resolution. Oh.
Well, did you get a chance to see?
Well, one of them is.
I saw several pictures. I did not get out myself.
And
So
then
here is from our backyard.
Which race is it?
the Cowell
I sent it to our son.
Then they have to appoint, I believe is what they're next.
The second one is next vote getter.
Yeah, most of the ones I saw.
Is it
were
per city?
green, they didn't have the
Yeah, the
pink
second
red.
vote getter, which would then be.
This is beautiful. Yeah.
I think we did this.
We live in Marion, like Lynn County.
Okay.
Lynn County.
And that one was noted in the second tier.
Especially the
That
down
race is in the second tier,
Mhm.
not the
because
first tier. So I made two reservations.
Cedar Rapids.
I mean, the one that included Taylor.
You have to, we have to do the resolution for the one that wins the draw.
There was a time Marion was just a bedroom community, Cedar Rapids, Rockwell, Collins was.
She can't resign until she's.
But now.
I told her that if the board required more, she just send an email saying, stating basically that she would.
So, but it was just worthless.
So therefore she would resign.
I'll have to track
See,
that
I
down.
would go out further towards central city, but he's so tired. And we have to get up early, to come
Yeah.
here. He said, sorry, we cannot just keep.
I did not do that. I just looked for Central Iowa. I didn't do it, so I bet it. It said they sent it to the board members, so I guess I'm going to got it.
One time in I think it was in nineties, when we had a research hour.
Mhm.
We were in Wyoming for some,
There were so many things.
and literally, we stepped out of, other,
So many.
that stayed in the county.
Some of
Just
Oh, I know.
to see, because right, and he said, you could
Frank's
see.
like, why would I know that? Just probably staying
on the ground. This was, but this was in Wyoming.
Mhm.
You know, gone for his work, so.
Yeah, the sky is a little darker in Wyoming.
Yes.
But in central Iowa,
Yes, yes,
even as rural as we are.
yes. Was nice to see you. See you, Gloria.
Bye, Swati. See ya.
Bye-bye.
How closely does the board adhere to Robert's rules?
There, we don't have anything that says we have to follow Robert's rules. Yeah. Don't like the rule of not discussing anything until you're having a motion made.
Well, typically, someone who's on the losing end of a motion can't bring it back up. Only someone who's on the winning
Oh.
end can,
Oh,
according to Roberts. But
oh, I
I
didn't know
didn't
that.
think I didn't think you had anything that was official. Board policy is followed, and I know the state doesn't.
Yeah.
If this year, I'll also let you know that I edited some of the abstracts, so they went 2 pages. Just changed the bottom line because they have enough signatures places for 5.
Yes.
Just edited the bottom line. So before you notice that some of them have 5 lines and some of them have.
I
3
do, I
lines.
used to do the same thing.
I made them 1 page.
Yep. Okay, there's the one for the. Central Iowa thing. Okay, the other one is.
I don't know what order you need to pull the lots in. I don't know what order do you have to do that?
Take some pictures of the northern lights and put it in the paper.
I did not. My son sent me several from where he lives, actually down in Des
When
Moines.
we get to,
I didn't get to step out until it was too late.
Only printed one of these because it's German. I did clean it out.
did you notice?
Well, I should have done it.
Why didn't you notice?
There need to be on two, otherwise the problem will be. But yes, I cleaned it up a whole bunch of this. This is really cool. I'm glad I don't sit here. The line on the back of my neck.
About pictures. Another thing is.
What was this? Oh, really?
And then the tile.
I haven't talked to him. Where exactly it was.
You know.
We got one that, we got some fence line, Garrett's supposed to be
No, it's-
open the fence line, so I don't know if he's gonna go out today.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
help him, but,
Okay.
It's,
It's a big, we have.
we probably got 15 miles of fence.
Sometimes.
If we really want to,
Oh, I know.
because they started calling landlords, they're like, yeah, take it.
Yeah. It's a problem, but.
We're ready to, ready? Morgan, you ready? Okay, I'll mean the, meeting to canvass of the November 4th, 2025 city and school election. Open that meeting now. We need number one to review action regarding the approval of the agenda. So moved. I have a motion to second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passed. Number two, canvass of election results. Morgan?
Best way to do this. Should I read the part of my resolution, the number of voters?
Well, usually we look at the packets. We'll do comparisons of their tallies to what your reports are. And cause we're canvassing, so we're making sure that the reports from election night and your reports that we're gonna sign are matching.
Let me get the spreadsheet to you.
Right. Here, right there.
Okay. So
Yeah. Okay, so everything's still on, right?
everything else was still on, that was not. So on election day, we had one small hiccup. The programming with the e-poll books, which is what you check in with. Some printing out QR codes for the touchscreen devices that queued up an absentee ballot. We later learned that this is because of the way that they were programmed for the satellites. It was caught early in the morning, so there were only a few ballots that were printed as an absentee ballot, which then does not allow them to go through the scanners at those precincts because those scanners are programmed only to accept election day ballots. So what we did was we called the Secretary of State's office and received how they wanted us to proceed with this. That included a process of how to seal and transport ballots, because that is a very strict process on how you get ballots from one place to another. You have to have two people. You have to have them sealed. The seals have to be recorded in the tally book. But these ballots would need to be then kept separate from the ballots that went through the scanner. The Secretary of State then explained that we needed to run them through our absentee machine because that would count them, and then you would have a machine count of those ballots. So our absentee team stayed late and they ran each of those sets of ballots as they came in through our mini. So there's two sets of reports to be combined into what our abstracts are. So does anyone have any questions regarding the canvas? So, and again, with that post-election audit, that proves that our machine counts match because they count all the ballots that were cast at the precinct. So I emailed you guys a handy dandy spreadsheet. which we used for our unofficial report for results. Within that spreadsheet, it does split out which ballots were cast and scanned at the precinct and which ballots were cast at the precinct but scanned by the absentee board. So, and then that also will help show the math on how those are combined. Checked. So I have one paper copy of those, otherwise you guys actually know.
It's really small print. I'm gonna pull it up on my email. And then we would,
Then the darker print is
The totals.
the total.
Yep, the bolded print is the totals.
so you got a tab at the end that's got it all. combined. That report,
This is what you have.
this, yeah, okay. Okay, I got you.
Okay, but I took out all the zeros, I did it from like the last.
On options, yep.
Yeah, so I took all those options clean.
And then do you have abstracts yeah.
So these abstracts. What order you would like to go with them?
If one of you wants to read the abstract, I can check this unless one of you wants to read it off of there. If you read the race and like what do you have here? Central Springs School District.
Is that driver A?
I'm seeing just cities or
Yeah.
these are just mayor and council, not school.
If there's school, you have to keep scrolling. It goes cities and then schools towards the bottom.
Towards the bottom.
It's little.
So Central Springs, so you have Central Springs Director District 1 North A, or yeah, 1 North A. So Central Springs, 1 North A. And you go across, and then here is your 157. So this first person is Jean Schilling. She had 157 votes total, and there was one write-in, which is considered as scattering because it was less than 10 or less than 5%.
Okay, so you can tell me we're here. We've got mayor, council, mayor,
That's right.
council. I got you. Okay,
Sorry, the ones across the bottom were the write-in counts.
okay.
I forgot those wrong.
Uh-huh.
So we have two,
So right now you're looking at which one?
Central Springs,
Central Springs.
District 1 North 8.
Yeah.
But what we gotta do is rectify this with this,
Yeah.
right? And
I
then
show-
sign it.
And then your total votes.
150.
I got it. Who's right here, so I can see that. I got a freeze frame here, so I can read across it.
When can I go ahead and sign this one? Anytime now?
I think once you guys agree that it is results.
Yeah, we all agree, right? Or are you?
Did you check them?
Yeah,
Check them? Yeah,
Yeah.
you checked them, that's fine.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
And then once you guys decide, I can go this for this round.
No. Every one of us has to find that, right?
You can just hang on, you can just start signing them and pass them, but we can just keep checking them so we can keep going.
Then you guys assign these later?
We'll
just
sign them.
keep passing.
We'll keep passing around.
Okay.
How do your bifocals work? Do you want to read off the paper spreadsheet?
Yeah,
So he has Central Springs District
to South Bay.
So go down, so Central Springs, some 2A, so then we get to Coles.
Ashley is a 160 and write-ins is a 6. Okay,
I guess that's, yeah.
158, 156, and 2.
All the way over to you.
2, just got there.
What's your next
Six
one,
is
Lloyd?
scattered.
Well,
But go like this,
Yeah.
write-ins
What's your next one, Lloyd?
is 6.
Central Springs School District 2. South
I've
A.
already read this.
That's what they're reading.
That's the one we just did.
Oh,
160
he's
and 6.
confirming it.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay.
Under votes,
No, because the undervotes aren't counted, so if someone,
What's that? What you got there?
And this
It's the
was
over-
Charles City, public measure
it's not.
HT.
those are seats for each voting district.
These abstracts are for each race.
HT,
HT.
so
Okay, so
yes,
now they're-
1,516
Mhm.
and no 1,709.
Yes.
Staff here. They just figured members. So.
What's your next one?
And 16,
Next one will be Charles City School District at large.
They moved on without you. So now they're Charles City School District at large, and I have to go back and look. Yes.
David Schroet, 708. Or excuse me, 2013, sorry.
Okay, boy,
There's the wrong
that's-
number. Steve Butcher, 1,549.
Yes.
Catherine Fox, 2027.
Yes.
Josh Mack, 1,617.
Yes.
Write-ins, 107. The next one.
Next one, City of Charles City, City Council at large.
Patrick Lumley, 1,395.
Yes.
Krista Noah, 1,420.
Yes.
Write-in, 66.
City of Charles City, City Council at large to fill a vacancy.
Bottle, 1,686. Write-ins, 30.
Yes. Next one will be the City of Charles City Mayor.
Dean Andrews, 1,597. Write-ins, 106. Write-ins.
And the next one, the City of Caldwell, City Council at large.
Okay. So city council. Looks like we have 50 write-ins, so.
So you go my tab on the
Your
bottom.
Write-ins look like, Kim, Ty is Kim Isaacson and Taylor Isaacson. Both received 5.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to draw. Wanna let Frank draw?
Frank, you wanna draw?
That's it.
That's what I needed.
So then you'll need to do that after you did both.
No, oh, you want to see it?
Oh, I,
The other one says Kim. And they're the same size, same width.
we need to,
So do you need to, this needs to be updated with Taylor's name on it then? It's just got the 4.
So I'll have to figure out.
okay. Next one, City of Caldwell. Mayor.
Write-ins 14 and the write-ins highest was Jeff Wright.
Mm-hmm.
And then is Ryan Wagner.
No,
So I
I have to
don't,
list those, what is that?
because more than 10.
So 6 write-ins.
6 write-ins. 1 by 2.
I think we'll just have to go in and mark Taylor the winner.
And then
Mark the
it'll
night
be-
reporting and then re-pull it and then
Yep.
it'll be right.
Yep.
But.
Yep, you'll mark
Take
her the
a
winner.
while to, it takes a lot to get in that site. Which is good.
What's your next one, babe?
Excellent. City of Floyd, City Council at large.
So Benjamin Miller is 80. Kevin Kruger is 56.
Yes.
Sean Swineford is 45.
Yes.
And write-ins is 5. So our winners are Benjamin and Kevin. Declared the winners.
Yep.
Okay, what's your next one?
Next one, City of Floyd, Mayor.
We have Travis McConnell, 31, Joseph Peters, 19, Charlie Newman, 60, 1 write-in. Charlie Newman should be the winner.
Yep. This is City of Marble Rock, City Council at large.
So we have Brady is 25, Brad Rowetter is 37, Earl Kiefer is 31, and
Yes.
write-ins is 5. So our winners should be Bradley and Earl.
And the next one, the City of Nashua, City Council at large.
Maybe that, they've got it.
Nobody voted.
Nobody voted.
So this one, we don't declare a winner because we just have to report to them. Because we have that, what is there, like 5 voters,
I think 7.
7 voters?
7 registered.
So nobody
voters.
voted a ballot for that election and that,
So the Peggy Hall
But you'll still sign to
filed
say, you'll
papers,
still,
she didn't vote for herself.
she lives in, she probably lives in town. This is just a little,
Okay, so this is one vote.
yeah, just a little freckle of,
Just on that.
it's just a teeny piece.
there's a little part right in here, somewhere in here that fits in for me.
You'll still do the abstract though. to
You do
certify
the
to
abstract, we
them
just
that you-
don't declare a winner. Yeah.
Which I don't have a winner with. Oh, I see what you mean. It's not on the sheet claiming that.
Right. It's not there, that part's not there. What else do you got?
Then we go to the City of Nashua Mayor.
We have total voters.
The board has voted again.
It is, even with 7 voters with. Of they're in different school districts, so they didn't have the hot topic of the school board. Or the public measure school of Charleston.
Nobody was at home in Nashua.
There's a couple races. I think there's
City of
national
Nashua
races.
Public Measure EE.
Oh,
Nothing.
nothing there, so no. Anything there. Okay, next one. Go ahead, I got it. Okay.
City of North Spring, City Council at large.
So we have Marty Coleman, 125, Clinton Smallwood, 63, Lindsay Thorson, 59, Nancy Lund, 76. This was a vote for, and write-ins 15. That was a vote for 2. So our winners should be Marty Coleman and Nancy. Nancy's not been on city council, has she?
She wasn't the last round. I didn't look at the history though.
No.
She was earlier.
No, she's, yeah, but I didn't.
So if anyone knows anyone in North Springs, I'd be like, would like to be a poll worker. When one of our poll workers runs, they can't be a poll worker. So we have a good tough time trying to get
Yes, he's a good poll worker. She can work other elections.
Yep, she can work other elections, such as. It does make it tough when you get a good one that gets on the ballot and they don't get to run, or they don't get to,
City of North Springs, mayor.
Okay, so there we have. Write-ins 103.
Yeah.
So did you list
Scattered 27.
it should have Randy.
Randy Hasman at 66? George Anderson had 10 and all the rest are scattered. So
And after that will be the city of Rockford, city council at large.
city council. Or what, is that what you said? Which one's Rockford?
Rockford, yes.
Okay. Pat Johnson, 82, write-ins 5. Isn't it nice when they put their name? Oh, wait, the council, that's mayor. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's your next one probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We have Sharon and Abden had 82, Jerome Schlater had 77. There were 30 write-ins. So Sharon and Jerome should be listed as the winners.
Then Paul Pearson was duly elected also.
Almost had enough write-ins. Rockford Council, yes, it was 11.
Yeah.
Now we got Scott Johnson with 82, right? Next
I
one.
think we all did
The
this.
city of Rockford, mayor, yeah, Scott Johnson.
That says 82, write-ins 5. And Scott Johnson declared the winner.
Find mine. Then we have city of Rockford, the council at large.
City Council. Oh, man, that's a big turnout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we have Matt Bullion with 8, Caleb Roth with 7, no write-ins. And it was over 2, so Matt and Caleb should both be. That's one of them. Is he still in our jailer?
Yes.
Here, city council at large to fill a vacancy.
We have one.
Oh,
Right in.
smokes. The
Got
other
one
men
right
vote, we got one and the other.
Tyler Hicks.
All it takes.
We have the city of Rock mayor. Roland.
Yep, 7 and write-ins 1. Yeah, Charles City.
Nashville Plainfield School District, School Director, District 1. Yeah.
Butler School Board District 1. Daniel Robert Ingalls, 23. And 1 write-in. And that we aren't declaring anyone. Which one did I have the wrong one?
Yeah, Nashville School District 1.
Oh, Nashville Plainfield,
Well, Naples.
Director District. No. Nobody.
Nobody.
Sorry.
Just, that's hard to believe.
Well, there's only 7. Registered voters. There's only 7 people that could have voted in that.
That's your same people.
It's the same.
That's that.
One of the
That's our
national
city
races
council.
did. Some votes, I think. Was it? No. Never mind. There's
Nashville
like
Plainfield
6 or 7, but it depended on the district. they were in.
2. There we
I
go.
think District 2 did.
Yeah.
Patrick Lynn, 7, and write-ins 5.
Yes.
the vote for one, Patrick.
I said, we'll have blue ink and.
He's got declared.
Do the envelope.
Always.
Well, the next one goes to North Butler, local public measure
What's it? Paper?
BQ.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Three of us are using blue ink, Shane's
Oh.
using black.
Can't change it now, though. That would be really high.
Yes, 15, no, 10.
Like, you check in the settings, I mean, the next time I want to do.
It'll be North Butler School.
I think this should not, this one you have hard rock for Morgan, because you're declaring a winner. No, measure.
I don't know that I picked that in the system, so I'll have to go look and see how to do it.
Find it out, but it's in the system, so.
North Butler School District, Director, District 1.
I think there might have been.
District 1.
Or dwelling.
That's Daniel Robert Emos, 23, I'm writing one. There should be no winner declared. Oh, that one needs to be done.
North Butler School District, Director 2.
Sarah Harris, 23, rated 0, but you don't need to sign it if you got a declared winner. Yeah, don't sign it. Not trying to do that.
First Iowa Area Community College Director.
That one should have a winner, right?
Why did you-
What we could do is sign them and white it out. But then you still need to make sure you get it changed in.
I just say my last name first.
It's okay, nobody wants it.
My last name are both 8 letters long.
No, this
Both
one-
start with M-O.
Shouldn't it? We'll have to whiten that out.
Change your name.
That'd be something.
This is the thing they made so complicated for you. Does there happen to be some white out in that drawer? In your desk drawer, your desk drawer?
Chapstick.
Got a lot of this. So it should be a nice button.
Some
Yeah,
of this stuff.
Yeah. So we could white that out so we can sign them, except that one. I see you've written notes on some of those. You're gonna have to read. But I print those anyway if you haven't printed. Did you save them?
The other same. But I need to figure out how to add to it too. That one is, won't affect anyone else, but.
So the scary thing they did with all this point is it used to be the control county held the election. So when you have all these screwy borders with county lines and school district, school district voters, the legislation changed it that now we have, do you want to do these two?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just looked it up, yeah. I just passed.
That, and so everything was done with one, other than the, like NIAC, the big schools weren't done, but, so, everyone had to, now every auditor has to have their first tier canvas, and the ones that we aren't control counties over, we have to have the second tier. We have to send our results from within Floyd County. Every voter votes in their own county now, rather than like, say, our North Butler people would go to Green and vote. And like the Charles City School District, we didn't sign winners on that, did we?
No.
Okay,
We'll do next
because
time.
that will have today, likely Chickasaw County is canvassing today, and they're going to do an abstract for who won Charles City School District that's in Chickasaw County. And then they'll send that us. That's why we have to have another canvass next week.
Same thing.
All over,
Both
6
sides.
school districts. Yeah, 6 school districts in Floyd County, so.
So Mitchell County, I already got from them this morning, their votes for Rockford. Red Rockford, remember,
Yeah.
our school district, I already got their abstracts. They did it earlier in the day. And then, just like I'll send them Osages.
This one, 172 for William Wise and 1 write-in. But
Yeah.
you can sign it, but we gotta write that up.
Okay.
You're doing much better with a straight line like that than I was.
Boyd, are you around after the meeting?
What was this meeting gonna take?
Wow.
Yeah,
We could do the agenda while you're here. Since I will be gone.
started. Yeah.
Those can be signed.
And
Let's do this one.
Osage School District.
Osage School District. And Osage School District is.
Did it for Osage School District too. I wonder, if there's a lot of base camp about this stuff. I'm guessing I just missed. But what I did see is there's a lot of essentially whiting out.
So Ricky Sletton had 3 and Kelsey Jensen had 4. Sounds good for thanks.
Oh, it's better. Be bored.
No, I'm doing my email.
You wanna check and make sure all the signatures are on you? Because
Well, I'm just wondering the best form for you to give me the final results. Like,
Those can go to Frank.
give it to people.
Well, this one, let's have her write this one.
Sure.
The approved,
That one goes to Frank.
official
This one
signed
goes to Frank.
results.
I can send you the abstract. I
That
think
one
it's
goes
what
to
it's
Frank.
called, abstract.
That one, do you want to open it out and pass it, Frank? That one can go to Frank.
Election canvassing.
Okay.
Oh,
Right, Barbara, actually.
For school? Okay. Justin Abel, 165. Heather Brokel, 159, write-in 5. That actually, that one, we're not declaring anybody either, because it still has to go to tier 2, because we have to add Sarah Gordo's.
basically all the school ones that shouldn't have any declarations on it.
We don't even need to sign these. Do we?
Oh, no.
For our control county.
Will be signed Charles settlements.
But we can't declare a winner there yet.
Hold the certificates that I didn't hold these transactions.
These we're not gonna sign. Well, those, I don't even know if that's gonna sign, but next week. I get to check. I could check your numbers on them. Rocker, a rocker, I don't know, rocks. Yeah. 65, 159, 5. 67. So check the numbers.
Check the numbers with any.
I'm gonna just.
Yeah, just tear the signatures out, so then I'll put it.
Or you can just cross that off too. But it's not official because we have can't declare it.
And if someone did get a hold of it later on, it's planning.
But don't mail them or anything, yeah. And those record ones, since we did this, these.
Here,
It really doesn't matter.
this
Because
is my
that.
first one of this size. Every other one I've had has 1 or 2 of these documents, not 50. I mean, fair enough, Taylor, it looks like we also.
Yeah. They're the
There are
next
two
one.
of them.
Yeah.
I think this one you pointed out to. Central Springs one that I swear to the beginning.
Right. What do we do? What would you do in Whiteout?
Go
Yeah,
for
be
it.
really
Or
rich.
sit on the beach. Enjoying life.
I remember the bottle of Whiteout.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was nasty stuff.
Well, this is.
It's fine, right? Central Springs get results from Cerro Gordo and
We get,
Floyd.
it's 5 counties.
5 counties for there?
There are
Oh, yeah.
5 counties that Central Springs will have to collect votes from. I think it's 5. I think I pulled out all the school ones, so you can double check if they were.
You know, thanks. You know, what we did check to, what we could check to would be the tapes from the precincts.
Don, if you really want
Those in the-
If you want to check to, you could check to the election summary report.
Oh, for the absentee, or for the,
For all of it, because the
Right.
totals match that.
for that one column, yeah.
I don't. I might have put it upstairs because I heard it. Yeah, for graphic. Found the students like certainly schools now.
I'm okay. Check them all and then see.
So it's.
Ashland Plainfield School District goes into Butler, Kramer, Chickasaw, Flood.
Yeah.
Just make sure you send that in. Or send those, not the, not our
No, I won't.
Red Rock and Rock Rock and Charles City.
The process will work.
So the resolution, you need to put your winner in the resolution. Or Kyle.
I did.
You did. Oh, that's right. You
I was
said you
hoping-
did two different ones.
If it would go this way, I was hoping it would work. Okay, so now we get to play arts and crafts.
But these have ones that maybe.
There will be someone there that should.
Okay, I'll go,
So
I'll
just city.
I'll just start these and you can, you can start signing, chairperson would sign there and then Frank and I will send you there and then Morgan signs there.
I want to see if these stickers stick after they've been stamped fine, because then you can turn them in the right direction.
Yeah, just the paper's not stamped.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, I get it though. I should have had
They're very
it.
quick.
Yeah.
All of these ones are sideways.
I'm ahead.
So is Taylor's just maybe out of order for a certificate?
There's no certificate. I didn't print a certificate. I printed resolutions with,
You'll need a winner's certificate. for
Yeah.
Taylor.
which I didn't do because you have to do it in ENR before it comes out that way.
Yep.
That is not waiting for me to send it to someone else first, so I can do that after we're done.
That you can sign? These just all the same, don't they? Yeah.
But I tried to pull out a lot of things.
Well, that-
Oh, yeah, actually, I did go through all of those individually before I printed them, and I took out the schools that wouldn't be certificates.
Yeah.
And then I pulled out the tier two. All the tier two ones are printed, but they're not.
But you'll want to change the date on those though.
Oh, looks like I'll be printing them again. Really wish I brought a blue pen to that.
That's all right. Tim Fox did not like blue plant, he wants black ones.
Everything else in our office has to be black.
Tim likes blue. I remember. I did blue, I remember. They're all right. Nobody, I would use your stickers, or they're not sticking.
Well, I was just gonna see if they stick over top of it. Then your paper is still sealed.
Had enough of this fun, Bob?
Yeah. Some other things to do.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Bet you still wish you had your shorter Miller name than Montana name then.
And that one is signed Montaigne Morgan because MO really gets me. Sometimes I sign my first name twice, sometimes I sign just Montaigne. Proud of it, I don't know.
Anybody on the phone? Hang that up.
Technically, no one can get on that. Session. Correct.
Yep. It's take a lot of time. So I have planned to be headed out.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, we'll get through it. We only have like 2 more things after these.
1 o'clock.
Well, that's what I told my family. No, we're driving to, taking my mom and dad and my sister. As we're probably finding the walls right now. So I think we'll probably be done by 11.
Oh.
But he's used to me always being late, so that wouldn't be.
Add 2 hours.
I haven't packed my suitcase yet.
I have to be gone for a long weekend this weekend and I have all my clothes already laid out for you.
Well, I kind of know.
But I have it all laid out on the spare bed.
Denny's
ready to
got
go.
his all laid out.
You were leaving Friday.
I'm leaving Friday.
You're leaving Friday.
So that's why if you are willing to stay and do the agenda to the best of our abilities today, then you don't have to come back tomorrow. To go over it.
Gosh, you know. Yeah, I keep thinking it's Tuesday.
So you need to do some changes to your resolution. And we can. Fix your resolution.
That resolution, I'm pretty sure is good. You just have to find the one with Taylor's name on. There you go.
Okay.
I have a birthday for both cases.
Good to go.
But it's Ryan's. This time, so it's okay. It'll be fine.
So it's just a triple
I'm gonna make
check.
it really.
Good. I closed that up, but we could fit some of that in. But
Wishes we wait. To be fun,
There you go. But it's Amanda's brother, so they can make fun of me outside of work. That's so nice. Actually go towards the bottom so you can re-sample it. This is your template. So this song is only so long.
To turn off the music, press 1.
now everybody's on.
Even more translation to the end of the particular dating network.
Has to go from the bottom. Go from the bottom. Yeah. This is the little.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, City of Charles City, $1,950 mayor, Dean Andrews, $1,597. council.
How many voters?
Pardon?
How many voters did you say?
1,597 for D.
But,
Total votes?
you're not counting undervotes in any of that, just the,
No, that's votes for D.
Okay.
And then the total votes doesn't count, does count. So Charles City total votes counts. Undervotes, overvotes, anyone who voted in. And then Dean's is just a vote for D.
so where's the 1950 coming from?
So, that would be all of your voters in the city. That's how it's formatted in the past.
Okay,
So like, if you highlight all of the votes under the mayor race. And the bottom
Yeah.
will say some 1950.
Yeah.
If you go down to council and
Yep.
highlight. and-
that's what I was looking for, is 1950. I thought it was
Oh.
19.
Oh,
I
no,
thought
no, sorry,
7 in there or something.
1950 is city council.
1950s, right? Yep.
And then, per vote, sorry, I misunderstood what you were asking.
Okay, who do you got next?
Want me to read off or? No, say it.
You're not listing right, that there's write-ins there.
Can I take your picture for, Candace? I keep
Sure.
forgetting to do it for other election things.
Sure.
I'll wait and
You
use
should
it.
have Bob take it with your picture in there. Sure. Part of that canvas. Somebody, can you snag somebody?
I'll get one and we can always pick some. Cause I keep forgetting. Do you guys want to smile for it or do you want to be working?
I want you to be in it.
Well, one without me and then we can find out. So I don't,
Okay.
About when it looks like we're.
It looks like we're working.
Yeah.
Good with that.
you want to work?
Yeah.
So I didn't have write-in, that's the number of write-ins on past ones.
I don't think so. I have it open. So. I don't think so. I don't think it was just winners. Try to copy, you'll see your exact form, except there's one indentation that won't work. Okay. Okay, I have yours open. Here is last.
Your
This
answer
is
is
your
it's for
resolution for
Winnipeg,
2023.
Manitoba, Canada. Who in the world do I know up there?
I like my voicemail.
Okay. Alright, wait, let's keep them open. So. So you're,
What do you want me to do? Or just read?
yeah, so Kristen O is 1420 and
Yeah.
Pat Lumley is 1395.
Yes. And then
I,
also wanted to fill a vacancy 2 years.
16,
Moving on to the city of Colorado.
Yep.
19 voters.
Yep.
Mayor. Jeff Wright, 8.
Yep.
And council at large, vote for 5. Kim 1, N. Mark Kirsch, 9. Brian Wagner, 7. Caleb Kraus, 6. Taylor, I think
I think so.
I think 5.
5, yeah.
And the city of Floyd, 117 voters. And we have Charlie Newman, 60. Council at large. Benjamin Miller, 80. Kevin Cooley,
We go back to your one, did you have
Charlie,
100?
111 total votes.
Yep.
And Charlie Newman got 60.
Yep.
You want me to read the total votes before?
Either way, either way.
Benjamin.
I just didn't, you read it, I think you read it, I just hadn't gotten there yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's me. That's on me.
Benjamin Miller, 80. Kevin Kruger, 66. City of Marlboro,
Yeah, total votes of 2.
39. 117.
Yes, total voters. Total voters, you're just adding those. So your total voters, what do you add in there again?
60, that's,
This is 186, but I'm not going up.
it'd be 196 instead of 86.
And 86 with her write-ins.
Most
And,
people.
yep, yep. Yep.
Okay. City of Marlboro, 39 total votes. Council, we have 98 total votes. Bradley Rowetter, 37. Earl Keeper, 31. And Lynn Levy, 25.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. What was your number again?
Total, 98.
Yep, I got it.
It stressed me out a little, Gloria.
I know, I keep throwing the undervote in there and it's,
Oh, perfect.
yeah.
Okay, City of Nashville, 0 total votes. Oh,
Now,
what,
did we put that on there before when we're not the declaring winners?
Which one?
Asheville?
Ooh, that's a great question. So close.
Eagle, White House,
No, I'll put you in one. Too many resolutions for canvases open that I can't find the right one. Okay. Nashville should be taken out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not on yours. I did at one point have all of the school ones in there as well. But then I reread it and it said elected by, and it not necessarily certifying the votes, because that's what the canvas is for, so.
Let's say we take City of Nashville out of there.
Should we, is there any other cities that need that?
Nope. It's Nashville. We're, these are candidates that are elected by the voters that we did not elect. Yeah, that's right.
We took all the school ones out.
You did good.
I got those out. It took a lot of time trying to do it.
Wasn't it fun doing the resolution? We never used to do resolutions like this, and then somebody said, you have to do a resolution. I do? Why? We have a canvas, we have abstracts, why do we have to do that as well?
It's okay, it's just a lot of room for error.
It
because there's
is.
A lot of manual
Yeah.
entry.
It is.
And AI definitely helped with that. And that's why your numbers are perfect, is because it came out of that report, and it went into AI and
That's
AI
cool.
spit it out.
That's cool. Okay, let's go with the others. So
City
after
of
this,
Nashville.
yeah.
I did double check everything, but I said,
83 total votes.
might as well use it,
There.
you got it.
103 total votes. Randy had.
I'll teach you how.
Got 67.
You do?
You got the intro, what is to the intro?
There we go, okay, all right.
Why did they say?
Oh, I.
That's
Things
awesome.
to do.
Okay, Marty Coleman.
It helps.
It
It refines it too. I can put all of my idea in there and then have it spit out in a very nice refined.
Nancy Blunt,
I do it on my emails
76.
too.
That's
It helps me.
Okay.
now the city of Rockford,
Yeah.
92 total votes.
My poor spelling abilities.
The mayor, 87 total votes.
Okay.
Scott Johnson got 82.
Okay, now hang on.
In school.
Wish if they could just not make it up,
She's got
like, if they
82
still had to put
or
something.
87, or 87 or
You don't think so?
87. Oh, okay, all right.
I think that they'll still learn.
Yep.
Yeah, Scott Johnson got 82.
Yeah.
Okay, then we go down to Councilman at large. There was 109 total votes, 189 total votes. Sharon Van, that got 82.
Oh, I got to my number divided by 276 divided.
Schwager got 77, Pearson 11.
Is that what you did? You took your vote for 2 and did divide, or vote for 3?
Right. And that equals your number of.
Yep.
Voters. That's how I double checked, like Charles City, for instance, the mayor vote lined up with the council divided by 3.
Okay,
Okay.
so what'd you have that
That was your kind of late last night to do it.
82 Sharon.
Okay, wait a second. So Morgan, oh wait, I threw my undervotes in there again. Sorry.
Gloria.
I know that stupid undervote.
But I would prefer an undervote versus a write-in that means nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe that shouldn't be quite said so loud.
Yeah,
But like Donald Ducks and like the fictitious characters or someone who will mark a write-in, they'll mark the bubble, but they won't write anything in it. So it's just blank. You don't want to vote for it.
why?
Don't vote for it.
Yeah.
Okay, but 189 divided by 3. And
Which race? Which race did I get wrong?
so you're putting 189 here,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
but on this one,
Okay. Then you tell me what race you're working on, so I can check it through.
the city council at large,
4.
or, Rockford. So you got the 89 total votes.
189
Yeah, it's not voters, it's votes. Yeah,
votes.
yeah. Okay, 82 and 77.
Then 11. Paul Pearson.
Yep. Yep.
We'll move on to Great City Road.
Okay, did you come out with 92? The Rockford?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I keep looking over and I'll look at the
You need a.
total voters and we're getting there.
Okay.
City of Red, 9 total.
Just-
Mayor, 8 total votes. Jeff Bullen 7.
Yes.
Okay, council at large, there's 15 total
I
votes.
want a picture of all of us.
I'm sorry.
You're the photographer.
Oh.
Oh,
You print, I didn't know.
No, Lexi printed it out. Okay. She doesn't want you to give that to me until I've given her signed plans.
Got mine full of them, but one wasn't. So you're
She's gonna take it of everyone.
including your undervotes